So, what's up, guys? Okay, basically, I want to give you guys a vlog about my experience in Dota, and there's gonna be a few parts to this vlog, but basically, my MMR right now has climbed. I started at 2K. I was pretty bad. I'm still pretty bad, but I've gotten up to 2,700. That was my peak. I'm at now at like 2,650 or something, but I'm kind of hovering on 2,700. And so, I mean, I've kind of played a lot of games. I don't know how many games I've played, but I've been playing a lot of games in my free time. Like I've just been playing a lot of Dota lately. And my experience right now, I feel like I'm kind of at I've hit kind of a wall where like I kind of have lost motivation to actually play the game. I've been spending a lot of time lately in low priority queue, and what I've been noticing is like low priority. It's not about being toxic, or it's not about I mean, I've been toxic a few games. I've been like, because everybody's toxic in Dota, and it's like it kind of rubs off on you. And I'm not making excuses. I'm trying not to be toxic like at all, and especially in League, like I've kind of taken a new stance. Like I'm not gonna be like toxic at all. But the point is that it's not about being toxic in Dota. Like, you will get put in low priority. Okay, let me first let me explain what low priority is for you guys that don't play Dota. Low priority is basically you are put in a queue with players. You can only queue for low priority queue, and it takes longer, and you only get paired with players that are in low priority queue. And essentially this queue, imagine League of Legends basically. Like basically you're playing all random, so like it's randoming your champion, and you have to random your champion, and then you have to play the full entire game with a random champion, with 9 other players that are also in low priority. So it's basically the same game, but it's random, and you're playing with other players who are, I mean, whatever the reason that they are in low priority, maybe they're toxic, or maybe like me, like I'm gonna explain this game. I was absolutely not toxic, and I was just doing my strategy, and I got placed in low priority. And essentially, what happens in Dota is that your teammates, they I don't know exactly what they were saying this game, because I muted at the start. Because I usually mute just because I want to focus like on what I'm doing. Like I want to really focus on my strategy. But they're basically trying to gang up on you to get you reported, and so they don't end up getting reported. That's essentially the mentality in Dota right now, and I don't want to take I don't want to take any part of that. And if I have to like constantly explain myself and constantly explain what I'm doing, like I don't actually want to play the game, because for me, like I just want to focus on like playing out. Like for me, what I'm trying to do right now in Dota, what I was trying to do is just trying to play out strategies and see what works, what doesn't. And this strategy I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm just going to show you guys a basic strategy. So I want to explain like kind of how it's played out, so you guys don't think I'm trolling. Like my teammates thought I was trolling this game or something. That's why I got reported. They just wanted me to get put in low priority. I don't know why they reported me, but they did. And so I got put in low priority because of this game. And I want to play out the game. I want to first start out by saying I muted everyone. I did not say a single word. Actually, at the start, Purple was like telling everybody what to play and stuff. So I was like, wow, man, great. You're being a good captain. Commended. So that's all I said the entire game. I was like, commended. I didn't actually commend him, but I told him I commended him. But I was actually going to, but towards like the end of the game, he started feeding, and like it was just not. He was just not somebody that I would want to commend. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I wasn't being toxic. Like I wasn't doing anything negative at all this game. And I'm basically just going to go through the game, showing you guys exactly pretty much how the game played out. It was a really bad game for our team. Like our team was pretty much feeding. And so yeah, so I'll just start. And I want to show you guys the strategy too. I want to show you guys, like I think this is a legit strategy, personally. But yeah, so basically what I do with Treant is I jungle, essentially. I kind of tri-lane bot. If you're not familiar with Dota, basically a strategy is you put 2 supports at bot with a carry. My team picked really bad champions. Let me start by saying I had no idea they were gonna play this matchup. Like I was hovering over Treant from the start, and nobody was really picking their champions. I picked second because nobody was gonna pick, like when we were gonna start losing gold. So I locked in Treant second, and they picked this like all-star matchup of like no carry. Like I don't know what they were thinking with this matchup. We have Earthshaker mid. He was like crit Earthshaker or something like that. So I don't know. He's playing Earthshaker mid, and if you're not familiar with Earthshaker, he's basically like Let me compare Earthshaker with like a league champion. It's like going mid with like Blitzcrank, I feel, or like not Blitzcrank, but no, that's a bad example. Um, let's see, Earthshaker would be like, what's the champion with AOE? He's got a lot of AOE. He's more of a support though, like um, maybe like Braum, maybe Braum, but like Earthshaker actually scales kind of better. Like Earthshaker actually, like his build can work, but his build was like, I want to say it was troll. Like it was relatively, it's relatively something that like doesn't really work because Earthshaker mid, and if he's landing a, I'm pretty sure he was landing a sniper, like or he was landing as Night Stalker actually. I don't know. They're both like kind of questionable mids. It's just kind of a questionable thing. So I don't know. So his thing was like, his strategy was like meh. Like it was. I'm just gonna say it was meh. It wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was bad. It could work, but it wasn't great. So our mid is kind of meh, and then our top is Timbersaw, which is I'm just gonna say it's an okay top. Like I think it's okay. It's not great. Like I would probably never play a top, but some people play and there's fun for them, I guess. So whatever. And then our bot lane was Apparition. This guy didn't max his Q at all either, so that was kind of weird. I was kind of weirded out about that. Like I think Q is his best spell. I would max. I never played Apparition except for in an ARAM or all random, but personally, if I'm playing Apparition, I would max Q. He didn't get any Q at all, so I don't know. I feel like my teammates are questionable this game. And then we have Bristle bot, so we had no carry really. Essentially, Earthshaker was going to be a carry. He was going to max W and E, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really know if that works. Somebody's saying it's a funny build. I don't think it. I think it could work essentially, but it's not solid. Like it's not something that's like you see people play. I don't think if they're like really hard, like trying hard. So yeah. So I'm just trying to preface the game because I'm just trying to show you guys like where my teammates are and how my strategy affected the game. And I want to show you guys that it wasn't really my fault that we lost this game. So, yeah, I'm just gonna play the game out, and I want to kind of show you guys my strategy, too, just for lulz. So yeah, so basically what happens is at 30 seconds, this camp spawns, and what I like to do is I like to leash this camp down to this wave, and essentially what that does is it lets the creeps tank this camp, and I can just last hit, and the creeps it denies creeps from their lane, and it lets me just take the jungle for free, so you can just see right now what I'm doing. Basically, the problem with this strategy is that if you have a really weak bot lane, you end up, I'm not sure if it's actually good though, that's the thing. Like, I've tried it out, like last time I tried it, my bot lane was relatively strong. Like, they weren't great, but they were like relatively strong. So, yeah, I don't know why he paused there. He didn't say anything, so I just unpaused it. Maybe that's why I got reported. So I unpaused there. I don't know. So yeah, I missed that last hit too. That was bad. I couldn't get past this creep, so that kind of sucked. So yeah, I pretty much just do this over and over, and I keep doing this. And you think that I start out really slow. Like it takes a while for me to ramp up, but once I get my hand on Midas, I actually start farming relatively quickly. But basically, I don't actually think I should have got these 2 Iron Branches too. Thinking about my strategy, just like rethinking it, I probably should just start Gloves of Haste. No Iron Branches. It's kind of a waste. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of like derping. Oh, I'm trying to see if I can leash this. See, I'm not that familiar with the jungle. I've seen somebody leash this camp before, but I don't know. It was topside. I saw somebody leash this camp to here somehow. I don't know how he did it. I was just trying to replicate that, but I couldn't do it. So, anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna kind of fast forward, I guess. So yeah, I do it again, and then purple for some reason, purple is like on my D this game. Like he is pinging me constantly. He's pinging me to go away from the camp. Like he's pinging me off the camp. Like I don't know why. I feel like I'm kind of getting sabotaged by purple though. See, he's pinging me, and he does that later too. He just pings me constantly. So he's not liking. He's basically showing me that he's not liking what I'm doing. He's not liking my strategy essentially. So yeah, let's just keep going. Let's see what happens in the game. So yeah, purple is sabotaging me in a way. Like he's not allowing me to get the full XP from the camp, which is really important because once I get my level 3, I can really help people. Like I can toss my E on people. And I don't think I'm watching that well here. Something about the game when your teammates are like intentionally sabotaging you, it just feels like you don't want to help them as much. And I just felt like I didn't really want to help them as much. It wasn't that I wasn't trying. Like I feel like I could have eaten him there and I could have saved him. But it wasn't that I was intentionally doing it. It was just like it just felt like I didn't want to help him as much. I don't know, because he's basically like kind of impeding on my strategy. Like, and I think the part of the reason why is because their bot lane was really weak. Like they had a sniper. Sven bot lane, and I'm thinking that just crushes Bristle, and because Bristle has no really range harass. I'm thinking I don't know why he's not maxing Q. That's what I'm mainly thinking, but like E is just not that good. I feel, especially in this lane. Like if you're gonna have Bristle and Apparition, like why wouldn't you just max your Q just for some good harass? E basically buffs the damage. So if you have like Apparition Sniper, I could see maxing E or something, but. And this move is just not that good, I feel. Unless it's synergized with Bristle's W. I don't think this synergized with Bristle at all. So this move right here basically slows them and increases their magic damage taken. It doesn't actually do damage by itself. So I'm not sure this guy actually has any idea what he's doing. So yeah, I mean it's 2700 MR, so it's like everybody should have kind of a grasp on what they're doing, but I don't know. Oh, so I'm just pretty much jungling right now. So yeah. Trying to get my hand of Midas. Let's see. We're 2-3 right now. Who's getting fed? Apparition's 0-2-1. So not doing very good. I don't know how he died, but he shouldn't be dying in lane. Unless, like, the only time I feel like it's acceptable to die is when you get ganked. Like, if Night Stalker was actually a roaming presence this game. So I think I died a few times to that. Especially because he can silence me and then I can't go into my tree form. Basically... Okay, I want to explain treant as well. I'm going to explain more of my strategy, but your Q, essentially, it hides you, and it's basically like a stealth. As long as you're near trees, it stealths you. But Night Stalker can silence me and prevent me from even going in stealth in the first place. So that really hurt me this game, and it made me die a few times. Also, I wasn't playing that carefully. I don't know, I just felt like... I don't know. I don't want to say I wasn't trying as hard as I would have tried if like the thing is they were just not doing very well. So it was like our mid is not doing well. I don't think. What's our mid? Oh, he's 1-1. He's not doing too bad. And then bot's 1-2. Can I see the farm at all? Like Sven's 2-0-3, and Sniper's 2-0-4. So like their bot lane is like pretty much crushing our bot lane. Like it's destruction. So yeah, they're not doing good at all. Rubik was roaming a bit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's just fast forward a bit. I finally got my hand of Midas, so that's good. Once I get my hand of Midas, I can really ramp up. And then yeah, I made a pretty big mistake here. Okay, apparently our jungle is warded. Like that's what you should be expecting when your bot lane is getting crushed this hard. But yeah, this guy got DC'd too, so I was trying to make a play. I wasn't really trying to kill this guy, but I was just trying to like see if I could kind of make a play. But everything is warded. You see these wards, like everything's completely warded. And then he silences me, and I can't get back in the thing. And then I killed this guy too. So that was really suck. So we lost the I lost Apparition. That was my fault. I didn't know everything was warded. That was my bad. And he got DC'd. So I pretty much killed both of us there. That was my mistake. Oh, we can see the chat. Okay, cool. So yeah, his client crashed. He's not too happy about that. I mean, yeah, I did unpause earlier, so I could see kind of what he's saying. But they kind of randomly paused, and they paused and nobody got DC'd. Like, if somebody got DC'd, I would have not unpaused it, but they just randomly paused, so I was like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah. I didn't know why they paused, so I just unpaused it. And they didn't repause it, so it probably wasn't a big deal. So, yeah. But yeah, so basically, our jungle is completely warded, and when they have this much pressure on the map, it's really hard for me to do my strategy because I usually end up jungling. And once I get my hand of Midas, like, I usually end up jungling. And, yeah, this guy's being pretty toxic or whatever. I don't know. the reason why he's being toxic is not because he's like shitting on people, but he's 0-4. I mean, he's actually 0-3. I killed him once, but he's 0-3 essentially. And bot lane got completely annihilated, and they're controlling my jungle. And then he's still like trash talking other people. So it's like, I don't think it's really Earthshaker this game. That's like the main problem. I think it's more Apparition and Bristleback. But yeah, and yeah, I was trialing bot. I wasn't really trialing bot though. See, my strategy is I max my E, and basically I look around the map and I see if anybody's in trouble, and I E them essentially. That's what I do while I'm jungling. Like, I don't really clear the jungle that quickly, but I try to have a global presence on the like with your E. You can cast your E anywhere essentially, and I'll let you guys read the tooltip. Basically, it infuses the target hero or structure with a protective coating, which grants bonus regeneration. It basically gives them armor, or it lets them block for 6 attacks. You get 6 attacks to block 60 damage, and when you max it fully, it's 80 damage. And while it's blocking, it gives you regen. So it's essentially a really good thing to have, like just on somebody. Or it's a really good Treant's a really good champion to have, so you can just cast it on somebody who's, I don't know, when they're making plays or like they're in trouble or whatever. But oh yeah, I died here. So yeah, I was too far out. I wasn't even that far out though, and then he just silenced me. I couldn't stealth. So yeah, that sucked. And then we got Earthshaker here. He silenced. I think Night Stalker actually counters this build completely, because if this guy can't constantly cast this, and he's constantly getting feared, then I think that this build really does nothing. So I'm gonna say that guy got pretty hard countered. Night Stalker. See, the thing about Night Stalker is I don't see him being a good mid, because he has no range. So like if you pick a standard mid like Sniper or somebody or Queen of Pain or like somebody, I feel like you can just harass him and you can push my lane constantly. So if we had like a good mid, I don't think Night Stalker would have been even a problem. But we had Earthshaker with like a crit build, so I don't see that really being good. Oh wow, we got a sub. BT, welcome for 3 months in a row. Thanks for subbing, man. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward a bit. Let's see. So we're 5-13 now. The game is really looking really bad. I'm 0-2 right now. Night Stalker killed me twice by roaming. That really sucked. So yeah, there's really not much I can do about that though, to be honest. Like, I could be playing more safe, but I don't know. This guy TP'd with no mana too. I ulted, but this guy has 0 mana on his TP, so I don't know why he TP'd with no mana. And I don't know why he casted his W there either. He could have cast another Nasal Goo. Just looking back on that, I wasn't even paying attention at the time. Might have got the kill there. Probably not, though. I don't know. So as you can see, wards are still up in our jungle. Wards are in our junk. They're pretty much controlling our jungle. This is what you do when you have a lead. You pretty much warp the jungle and you push your advantage. So what they're doing is they're really doing a good job just keeping us from farming and just controlling they're pretty much controlling our ability to farm. And if we try to push out the farm, then we get ganked. So that's pretty much what you want to do. So they're playing good. And yeah, we go out, and then bam, gets caught. Treant, please, wards. But I'm not the support really this game. Like I said, I was a jungler this game. So I mean, he shouldn't be telling me to buy wards necessarily. Like if you have a lack of wards, like you should probably just buy wards. And essentially with my Treant strategy is I don't buy wards till later. I farm up and I get my scepter, and I don't actually need wards, because I'm going to show you guys the other part of my strategy. I actually kind of want to, I want to do a part 2, and I want to explain this strategy actually working. And yeah, the game, I had 2 games that worked. It worked in an ARAM and it worked, or not an ARAM, an all random. So the MMR was like pretty garbage, but it actually ended up doing work late game. But the other game it worked was actually a game at my MMR, so it can work at this MMR, and I think it actually works really well. It's just that this game, it wasn't going to work because my team was feeding, so we were way behind. And the reason why I'm explaining how bad my team was doing is not because I'm trying to like crap on them as people. It's just that I want to explain to you guys that this game was not my fault. We're in a position where it's not my problem. Like, and I'm not trying to just say that because I'm like insecure or whatever, but like, the reason why they reported me is because they thought it was my fault. But I mean, from my opinion, and I think from the opinion of other people, is that based on what I've told you about Earthshaker mid, Night Stalker's been roaming all game. Based on what you guys have seen of bot lane being Bristleback and Ancient Apparition, he's not maxing the right abilities. He's not playing well. He's feeding. Based on a lot of stuff, I think a lot of people would argue that this is not my fault. Like, this is not my problem that we're losing this game, and it's not like I don't want people to even recognize that. It's just the fact that like I got put in low priority because of this game, and I think this is like a big problem in the Dota community right now. Is like you almost have to like defend yourself. You have to like argue with people, and like you have to be like, no, it's your fault, man. No, it's your fault. This is why you messed up. Like, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the person that's like, yo, man, your strategy sucks. Here's why. Like, don't report me. Like, that's pretty much what I feel like I have to do if I'm going to continue playing Dota. And I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm just not going to be that person. Like, I'm just not going to be like, if we're in a losing game, I'm not going to be like, wow, man, you suck. You should feel bad. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I've done that in the past, and like, it's just not, it's not productive, because like next game, all you should be thinking about is what you're doing. Like, and that's why in the game, all you should be thinking about is what you're doing, because you can push that on a next game. But if you're constantly focused on what your teammates are doing, that's not going to help you next game. Like, your strategy is going to be inferior next game. And as long as you're just focused on what you're doing, next game you're going to have potentially, you're going to have a better team, and it doesn't really matter as much, because you're going to be playing out your strategy. As long as you're playing out your strategy well, that's pretty much all you can do. And that's pretty much advice that I can give you if you're trying to like push elo, is just focus on having a really good strategy. And so that's what I've been really focused on lately. Like this Treant strategy, I think is actually really solid, but I think it works in certain scenarios. Like if I have a strong bot lane, and they don't really need help, I think it works. If I have a really weak bot lane though, and they need a lot of ganks or whatever, or they need me to lane, like if I don't have a strong top lane, if I don't have a strong bot lane, this strategy does not work. Okay, the strategy only works if you have a really strong top lane and you have a really strong bot lane. And this strategy is really effective in that situation. But I'm just going to go to the end of the game. Okay. So just note that I have not said anything to my team in this game. I've said absolutely nothing to them. I haven't pinged them or I haven't done anything. I'm just pretty much trying to like... I'm stealth right here. I'm just pretty much trying to just push out, farm up my scepter. And basically what happens is once I get my scepter, I have your scepter improves your ultimate for a lot of champions, and it gives my ult. I think it increased the power of my ult, but what it mainly does, I'll show you guys in a bit once I grab my scepter. Let's see, do I have it yet? Don't have it yet. Okay, I finally got it. Okay, it gives you this ability. It's called Eyes in the Forest. And essentially what it does is it allows you to put up, they're basically wards, but it allows you can cast it on a tree, and it gives you 800 sight around the tree indefinitely for the rest of the game. I'm not sure if you can chop down the tree, so you can kind of counter it, I think, with chopping down trees, but if you're really sneaky with the way you play it, you can put eyes like anywhere pretty much. Any tree, but you can put them like really sneaky locations where they can't really see. And you get the full sight around the tree. So it's really good for sight, and it really lets you control vision. Also, another strategy, I'm going to show you guys in a bit, but I've actually not, this isn't my strategy. I saw somebody else do this. I saw somebody else do this, sorry. And it worked out, it looked like it worked out really well, and I tried it one game and it worked out really well, is you put eyes on each camp. And every camp you put an eye, and you even go to the enemy jungle if you can, and you put eyes. And every time you ult, you essentially do a lot of damage to the creep camp, and you can end up killing it at 16, I think. A lot of creep camps, and once you get a, I'm not sure actually at 16 if you can even kill the big ones with your ult, but once you get a refresher orb, you can ult twice, and you essentially clear the entire jungle with a double ult with Treant. Except for there's a camp that's like our team's getting wrecked, but there's a camp. Oh yeah, this guy's just chilling here like trolling right now. The game's over. Like this guy's just queuing. Like he queued me as I was trying to get in the fountain. Like he blocked me off earlier, and the game is pretty much done. Like I don't know. Anyways, as I was saying, Oh, there's one camp where you can't clear. It's like there's like a magical. This camp right here, I think this is like immune to spells. So there's one camp, but the rest of the camps you can clear with a double ult. So you end up just farming so insanely hard late game. So it makes up for your lack of farm early game as long as your team is like doing okay. And so also you put treants in like you can put your eyes in like pretty much anywhere, and your ult. Oh, did I explain how the ult works with the trees with the eyes? Let me just pause this before the game is over. Okay, you can enchant trees, grants some vision in that location. If Overgrowth is cast within 800 radius of an enchanted tree, will be entangled and damaged. So basically, your ult. Oh, units within 800 radius. So your ult will cast an entire 800 radius, which is pretty large, around the tree, around wherever you cast your. So let's say you have like 100 eyes in the forest. Your ult will cast 100 times around the map, basically. So you can end up like putting eyes like in lanes and stuff. You can clear waves with eyes. Like you can do a lot of stuff with eyes in the forest. So I think pretty much for that reason, tree is really strong. And his ult's really strong. It basically roots them for 5 seconds or 4.5 seconds, and it does a lot of damage. So, yeah, like I think Treant is super overpowered personally, if you have this strategy. But I don't know. I think he's really strong. Like I think this strategy is really solid. I stand behind the strategy. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. Is like I think this is a really strong strategy, and I wasn't speaking. I wasn't trying to convince my teammates that it was really strong. I just feel it's really strong. If they don't feel it's really strong, that's their prerogative. Like that's on them. Like and I don't feel like their strategy was strong at all. Like I don't think Earthshaker mid with the crit build is very strong. Like Earthshaker mid with like a Q span build maybe would be stronger, but I don't think Earthshaker in general is a strong champion. Like I just don't think it's that good. As long as like maybe if you're playing it as a support, and your pretty much entire purpose is initiation, that's fine. But as a mid, like you need a mid that's like kind of a carry. I think that will get farmed and that will carry team fights till the end, or at the end of the game. Especially in this situation where we have no carry, we need a carry bot and we needed a carry top. Like we needed like not a carry top, but we needed a safe lane top. But we need to carry bot, and we didn't really have a carry bot, so that was a major problem. I think Bristleback shooting on top, but the team was essentially not really that smart with their picks. Like the other team had Alchemist top, which was really strong in my opinion. They had Sniper bot, Night Stalker mid, and Sven bot. So the other team had really strong strategies. My team didn't have very strong strategies, and yeah. So I don't know. We ended up losing this game. I don't know what they said exactly. Let's see what they said. I don't even know if they tried to get me reported. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know why I got reported, because they're not even really trash talking me that much. No one's really said anything. I didn't see this in game. Like I had it already muted. So Purple's pretty pissed, as you can see. He's not happy with the game. Something happened in between the starting and the end that people just got really pissed off. Maybe I got reported mid-game. You can report people mid-game in Dota too, which is also another problem, because if they don't do something that you like, then, or if they do something you don't like, then you can just report them instantly. And a lot of times in League especially, like you will forget what happens mid-game, because you shouldn't even remember mid-game anyways. Like it's not a big deal, because all that matters is like pushing forward and like remembering, or not. It's good to have a short memory, especially in League, because or in League and Dota, like it's in MOBAs, it's just, in pretty much any game, it's good to have a short memory, because you don't want to constantly be thinking about what just happened. You want to constantly be thinking about what you're gonna do. So yeah, so that's why people kind of forget about what happened in the game. So I think that's a problem in Dota, that you can report people mid-game. You can just file report, I think. Report. I can't report them from a replay, but usually you can just click on their name and just report them. So yeah. Where did I get reported? I don't know. I don't know, nobody even said to report me. So it doesn't say if I got reported. I was just wondering like if my teammates were like trash talking me and telling the other teammates to report me. They weren't even trash talking me. They just reported me. But usually what ends up happening is like teammates will trash talk you, and then other teammates will get on board with that. Everybody will start blaming you, and that's usually what happens when you get reported. Is everyone kind of jumps on a bandwagon and they just end up being like, all right, man, this guy's our problem. This guy's why we're losing. Like, report him now. And they'll just even try to get the enemy team. They'll be like, enemy team, report our teammate because he sucks so bad. He needs to get put in low priority because he sucks, and he needs to play with other low priority people. So yeah, that's essentially the mindset right now of Dota, and I'm done with that. Like, I'm over it. League is not like that at all. Like, actually, it is somewhat like that. Like, you get reported, but it's not like if you get reported, it's not that they don't actually punish you unless you actually end up trash talking and like you're a complete dick. Then you end up getting like chat restricted and you end up getting banned and stuff. But even then, it takes a while. Like, I've had some pretty bad like behavior in League and in Dota, and in League it's like they chat restrict you, and I'm not saying that I'm condoning that, but I think League handles it way better. Like, even it just feels way better to not be a negative person in League, because getting chat restricted sucks because you can't actually communicate with things that actually matter in the game. So I've been learning that, like, when I play my Smurf, I actually have a big advantage, because if I'm not, well, I have not been being toxic lately, but if I'm just completely focused on the game, and if I'm completely like trying to win the game, and I have a really short memory, and I'm not thinking about mistakes, I'm just constantly thinking about like what I'm gonna do, then I find that having communication, like communicating things like when Dragon is, or like it's not even necessarily when Dragon is, it's like communicating things like I don't know. Lately, I've been like way overly positive, and so I've just been constantly communicating. Like, I don't know. It's kind of troll, but it's kind of not. Like, I'm kind of just going over the top of my positivity, and it actually seems to be working out. Like, it just feels like my teammates perform better when I'm just like retardedly overly, like, so far like way too positive. Like, I don't even know. Like, you have to watch my videos. My last 2 videos I uploaded to kind of see what I'm saying, and I'm actually going to keep doing this on stream because it's actually pretty fun to do. I think people will enjoy it. It's like, I don't know, it's just like way too much positivity. It's like positivity overload. People actually seem to enjoy it though, like even people that I'm playing with. So I'm just going to keep doing that. What was I saying even though? I was like on a point about something about League and Dota. Like, okay, basically League, it doesn't actually, I think I was saying something about how League doesn't punish you for getting reported, and that's like why is, I don't understand why Dota is promoting this mentality that like you need to report people if they suck, like if they have a bad strategy. Like, arguably I sucked this game. You could say that, yeah, I kind of didn't do that well, but I wasn't really given a chance to do well. Like, my team was kind of they put me at a huge disadvantage. Like, for me to do well this game, it was going to be really difficult. Like, yeah, I could have, mid-game, I could have, like, put myself in a position to ult better. I don't know. We have a team fight right here. I don't even remember this team fight. What happened? Yeah. I'm just kind of chilling, wait for a good ult time. And then I go in, I ult. Did I ult? I think I ult. I'm only level 8, though. We kill someone. That's good. Got an assist. And they're like pinging him. I can't. Oh, I got silenced here. I couldn't stealth. Yeah, I'm silenced. I can't stealth up. I was trying to stealth, like, but I only had one option there: either try to kill him or run away towards Sven, who can kill me. I think I didn't really mess up there. I don't know. You could argue I messed up though. I could have ran this way, but I needed the silence to run out before I could queue, so I couldn't stealth myself. But yeah, so pretty much I'm done with Dota for now. And yeah, I'm just gonna stick to League because I just feel like Dota, if I'm constantly trying to climb and constantly trying to find new strategies, I can't be explaining to people the entire game because I don't actually know what I'm doing necessarily. Like with Treant, my strategy is like, it's really fresh and like and new for me, and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. So I can't constantly be explaining to my teammates like, yo guys, I'm doing this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, just so I don't get reported. Like, that's what I feel like I have to do, and I'm just not gonna do that. And so yeah, so this is gonna end part 1 of my video, but then I'm gonna go to part 2 and explain to you guys exactly what my strategy is. So you guys, like, maybe if you're interested in the strategy, or yeah, I mean it does work. So I don't know, if you want to see the strategy, just go to the next video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, like I said, I really like Dota. Like, I enjoy it. Actually, I enjoy some aspects of Dota more than I enjoy League, but personally, I think that Dota is less polished, but I actually like that. Like, I don't feel like the competitive scene is as strong, but as like a casual game, I think it's way more fun than League. Like, I enjoy it way more casually. The competitive side of me doesn't enjoy Dota as much, simply because there's so many balancing issues I feel that need to be addressed. And like, there's things like Captain's Mode, which are terrible inventions of Dota, and like, I feel like Dota needs more of, like, I don't know, the all pick system is kind of it's actually not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like the picking system in ranked Dota is pretty much like League. Essentially, there's no bans though. I feel like there needs to be bans, so that's a problem with Dota. And I think there needs to be a lot of bans, like 10 bans almost, like 5 bans for each team, I think, because there's so many variety of like OP champions in Dota. And I think there needs to be more bans in League too. I think there needs to be about 5 each, because there's a lot of champions now in League. Like, back in the start of the League, like, there wasn't that many champions, so they didn't need that many bans. But now there's like so many freaking champions, and there's just introducing crazy things like Cinderhulk now that are just like over the top OP on certain things. So it's like, I don't know. There's not enough bans in these games, but whatever. Like, I don't know. If there were bans, I think Dota would be stronger as a game, but whatever. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna explain the tree net strategy to you guys, and so yeah. So check that out. Thanks for watching, and yep. All right. Peace out.